everyone. I am so excited. Thank you for coming. Your precious time and money you're spending with us. And fingers crossed that we'll get value. I'm here to learn from everybody. I'll be sharing my screen now. Vesna, you would please tell me if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen, Vesna?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, share.
There you go. It's coming up.
Right. We are here for newsletter creation from concept to completion. And we'll have just very few housekeeping rules, not rules, but for housekeeping. Mute when you're not speaking, please, to just reduce background noises. Use the chat for aha moments. You think of anything that comes to mind. It could be a question, could be a thought, could be something that resonates with you. Please drop them in the chat. And at the end, if you have questions, we'll respond to the questions. You would then have the opportunity to unmute yourself and speak. Please be present, be engaged. Would love to see your faces. Turn on your camera if you're comfortable with it, if you can. We're going to stay on schedule. It's 1 hour, 30 minutes, and I'm promising that in less than 1 hour, 30 minutes, we'll be done. But if we are so involved, who knows? Respect all voices. Everyone's input matters. Let's create a supportive and respectful environment. Now, tech happens, technology. If you get disconnected, jump right in. Have fun and participate. We learn best in moments of enjoyment. So let's just have fun. Now, to kick off having fun, we'll have a mentee session. If you would please go into mentee.com. This is part of the fun. It's loosening up. And we would have a few questions around newsletters, and then we'll take it from there. The code is 315-56987. Mentee.com 315-6987. 315-6987. That's the code. 315-56987. I need to share my whole screen, so we say share the whole screen. There you go. Right. Vesna, would you confirm that you're in, please? 315-56987. Mentee.com. Right. What one word describes your current mood right now? Let's have fun. You want coffee, you're thirsty, you're feeling sleepy, your bed is not made. What one word describes your current mood? It's www.mentee.com, www.mentee.com, and the code is 315-56987. Curious, thank you. You're tired, sleepy. I know. Please, the coffee should be flowing. Excited, exhausted. I know. Interested. We'll keep it going. This is just for fun to loosen us up. We'll go to the next question. How long have you been a Toastmaster? 2.5 years for me. How long have you been a Toastmaster? 20 years, 30 years. How long have you been? 42. Wow. 17, 12 years, 8. 1. 51. Wow. Obviously not long enough. The good part is that this training is for everybody. It's for everybody. Now, what's one word you would associate with newsletters? One word. What would you associate with it? There is no right or wrong answer. Oh, 33. 33 years, yeah. Okay. Recognition, PR, celebrate, thank you, motivational. One word. No right or wrong answer. Education, informative, news, thank you. Would we have a few more? informative. I see said inspiration, interest. Thank you. We'll move to the next question. How often do you read newsletters you're subscribed to? I hope this works. Every issue, occasionally, rarely, only if the subject grabs me. I don't subscribe to any. No right or wrong answer. This is just for us to have a feel about what we would be going through with today. And then please keep your answers. Remember these questions while we go through the slides. Rarely, until I joined Toastmasters and I was going through the dispatch. Really? Every issue. Fair enough. We'll go to the next. What makes you open a newsletter? Is it the subject line? Is it the sender? Is it the topic relevance or the design? Is it the frequency with which you receive the newsletter? What makes you open a newsletter? I see the subject line, sender, topic relevance, the design. Okay. Could we have more? Okay. The topic relevance. Okay. Sender, subject, design. These are all possible reasons why we would open newsletters. What kind of content would you enjoy in a newsletter? This is a cloud question. What comes to mind? What kind of content would you enjoy in a newsletter? It could be any newsletter, not just Toastmasters. What kind of content would you enjoy in a newsletter? Inspiring content, thank you. Did you know content? Thank you. News events, yes. Relevant, useful, calendar of events, entertaining, inspiring, useful, tips, fantastic. All of these would come to play much later. Calendar of events, thank you. And what's the biggest challenge in creating a newsletter? What do you think? You probably have never created, you probably have never thought of creating, but what's the biggest challenge? Time? Yes. Starting? Yes. What's the biggest challenge in creating a newsletter? Format, articles, I don't even know what to talk about. Application knowledge, thank you. Thank you. Readership, fingers crossed, information from others, fantastic. We'll go through some of these points and we'll see how we are able to go through. This will be the last question. Which of these sections do you think are essential? Upcoming events, member highlights, tips and tools, photo gallery, club achievements, feedback section. What do you think? None of them, one of them, two of them, three of them. Thank you. And these are all parts of sections of the newsletter, and we are done. Right, so we'll go back to the slide and then we'll just keep going. We're into it now, and thank you for participating in the mentee session. I hope you were able to loosen up, wake up for those who were sleepy, and we'll just have fun. Now, why a newsletter? Why do we even bother about newsletters? There are so many reasons, but I just picked up four. For strong communication, you need communication for Toastmasters in the club, in the district, in the area, across all levels, irrespective of whether it's Toastmasters within, outside Toastmasters, across all levels. It's a channel for communication. It showcases what we have within, achievements within Toastmasters, outside Toastmasters, events, milestones. It's also for engagement, and the engagements are for old members. When you're preparing newsletters, especially in Toastmasters, you're thinking of how to attract new members, and then potential guests who would pass by your newsletter. Probably it's on your website, it's printed somewhere, to attract or engage potential guests as well as the broader community. It fosters connections, builds communities, of course, through stories, newsletters. There's a bit of it that has to do with storytelling. In fact, everything about it is storytelling. Your design is storytelling, your content is storytelling, and then you have shared value, you have success as well. We'll just keep it going. Now, key elements of an effective newsletter. There are a lot of key elements, but then your newsletter has to be clear for the audience. It has to be very clear. That's the purpose. It should be visually appealing. They should look at it and go like, yes, this looks cute. They don't even know why they are drawn to your newsletter. They just love it because visually they can see and admire and love what they see. It has to be engaging and informative. During the mentee session, we saw some information or some comments or answers around engaging and informative. Why should I take the time of day, my precious time, to go through your newsletter when I can keep scrolling through social media, scroll through Instagram, Facebook Reels are saying, come, come, come. Why should I go through your newsletter? It has to be engaging and informative. And consistency is key. The frequency of how consistent your newsletter comes. In my head, I know that dispatch will come once a month. The first day of the month it's coming. I'm looking forward to it. Consistency is very, very, very important. We'll move to planning and content strategy. You have to define your goals for the newsletter. You have to define the goals. Are you informing? What are you doing at this point in time in your newsletter? Are you informing? Are you inspiring? We saw inspiration. Are you engaging? Define what you want to achieve while you are working on your newsletter. For content ideas, there are various ideas. We saw them in the mentee session. You have messages from leadership, member spotlights, events, upcoming events, recaps, events that have happened, public speaking tips and resources. Call to actions are very, very important. You've got to have call to actions. There are a lot of content ideas, and we would be sharing those much later. Creating a content calendar. You have to have this at the back of your mind. You don't just wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to have a newsletter today. No. You should have a calendar. And this is what has helped me in my role as VP PR. How frequently do I want to send out the newsletter? Am I going to do it every month? Is it sustainable for me to bring this out, to create a newsletter every month? Sustainable? Every week? Twice a year? Every quarter? Establish that frequency. You've got to know how you want to do it, because you need to be very, very consistent. Then assign deadlines for content submission. I saw some of the comments, or one of the comments, where you do not have content, you do not know how to even get the content. You need to get content from various sources, including club members, because you're sharing their stories. And so assign deadlines. We've just gone through contests, for instance. Your newsletter is coming out in June, for instance. Let whoever you're speaking to very nicely know that you would appreciate receiving content from him or her, and the deadline, you expect it to come out by this time. And then you give them some good time. So you need to assign deadlines, not just for content submission, deadlines for even when you should be done receiving the content. Have all of those deadlines at the back of your mind. You should be done receiving content at a particular time. You should be done with whatever part of the newsletter you're working on at a particular time. So assign deadlines. You need to gather information. The information may come from the district. It may come from individuals within the club, outside the club. It could come from any channel. Gather your information. Now, repurpose social media content. I love this bit, and that's because you would burn out at some point if you keep thinking of new ideas, you keep wanting new ideas, you keep wanting information from club members and the information are not coming out. You could have a blog, for instance. Use one blog story in a blog and then split it into series as an example. You're repurposing that content. You're using what you have into different other channels. And this is where creativity comes into place. And these are a few things that have helped me while creating my content calendar. Now, designing the newsletter. I'm smiling because I'm coming from a place where I knew nothing about design. I was never interested about design. I could care less about design. How do I design a newsletter? You have to choose the right tool, and there are various tools you can use out there. A few of them are Canva, and I have Canva as the first because it's just the best thing that has happened to me personally, being a non-designer. You have PicMonkey, you have MS Word. There are a lot of tools you can use, but you have to choose the best tool. Key elements, branding is important. I was speaking to myself this morning saying, why would I see Coca-Cola from far, know that it's Coca-Cola? It's the brand. Why would I see a company like Shell, for instance? I know it's Shell. It's the brand. Branding is important. In Toastmasters, we have our brand. Companies have their brands. They have their colors. They have their fonts. They have everything to show that this is what they stand for. We need to go with the brand. And so your branding is important. Your newsletter should be readable. And we've talked about visual appeal. I should look at it and say, yes, I want to know more. Just looking at it, it looks pretty. It looks like fun. I should go in and see what's going on in this newsletter. And so these are a few key elements that are required when you're designing your newsletter. For the distribution and the engagement, there are various platforms to use. You could use an email. An example here is the dispatch we receive every month. That's a newsletter that goes via email. You could use your club website as a platform for your newsletter. You could use social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, for a channel or a platform for your newsletter in distributing and engaging. There are other sites you can use to enhance the effect of your newsletter. You want your newsletter, your audience, to have that feel of it's a digital newsletter, but you want them to be able to flip through. You have Issue, Publu, Flipboard, Flipbook. There are a lot out there. Some are free, some are paid for, some have trial versions. Those would help you with enhancing the appeal for your newsletter. For best practices, use catchy subject lines. In our questions, I read for the content, I scroll through a newsletter, something grabs my attention. A headline grabs my attention. I'm going through social media, for instance, as well. I was scrolling through Yahoo today and I saw something about the president. I stopped to read. Use catchy subject lines. Whatever platform you're using should be mobile friendly. And that's because a lot of people don't use their systems, don't use their desktops or their laptops. They use their phones. We have more people using their phones. And so whatever tool you're using should be mobile friendly. And then, of course, always, always, always have call to actions. It could be follow us with our sites here. It could be give us feedback. It could be click here to do something. Always have a call to action. At this point, we would have a live demo. We're going to create a very simple newsletter in Canva. We'll make it as simple as it can be. And this is why we're all here to see. For those who have never, ever done it, Canva is just good. It's easy to use. You don't need to have a skill. I never had a skill before I started. I knew nothing about how to navigate. But we would see how we would create a very simple newsletter. I would use the Canva app. Vesna, can you see my screen, please?
Yeah, we can see it, but you're on. There you go. You're on Canva now.
Right. Now, this is Canva, canva.com, www.canva.com. For nonprofit organizations, there is a way to get the pro version, but you can get the free version of Canva. It's free. You can get that. It's just that you would not have all the high-end tech designs and some of the features will not be there. But for nonprofits, there is a way to get the pro version. We're going to create a newsletter. You could start from scratch. You could, like at the bottom here, you see Instagram, newsletter, all these are empty. You have sheet doc, whiteboard presentation. We're talking about the newsletter. You could come to the templates here and then you will type newsletter. But in the bar here, I will type, and you see millions of templates. I'll just type newsletter. We'll make it very, 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 very simple. And there are loads of different types of newsletters, loads of newsletters. We're not going to start from scratch when we have something we can use. Just look for something very simple. And I would always say it's what resonates with you, anything. We could use this. And then you see it's pro. The reason I know it's pro is because it has the crown there to show that it's pro. This is the pro version. Anyone that doesn't have the crown means it's just the normal version. So let's use this. I just picked it. We're going to customize this. And when you click on it, you see they give you other closely related newsletters that you can use. Oh, this looks pretty. But we'll use this one. I mean, we'll wait for it to come up. You see this has 3 pages. The good part of Canva is that you could use page 1 from this, what you have here, the red and white, black, modern fashion. You could use page 1 from this. And then in page 2, you could pick up another design. These are templates, these newsletters. You could pick up something else for your page 2. You could do anything. It's just endless opportunities, whatever you want to do. Canva is just good. Now, we're working on this one for a newsletter, a very simple newsletter. Do we want all these pictures? I don't think so. We'll make it simple. I would take out all the pictures. I don't need the pictures. Take out the pictures. Take out the frames. Delete all of this. I'll delete everything. I can also delete this. I'll duplicate. Now, to duplicate, you see, it has a lot of prompts, a lot of, you just keep playing with it. So this is duplicate page. I want this page. And that's because I'm thinking I may need this box here. I'll take this out. Branding matters. This is not the Toastmasters color. And so for the color, you go to the color palette. We already have it downloaded, the Toastmasters brand. And so these are the colors, the burgundy, the navy blue, gray, the yellow has a name, and white. I'll use the burgundy here. This is a Toastmasters color. I'll do that up here as well. Same color. You could use any color. You could, I mean, for your brand. Then I'll introduce a text. This is a simple, add a text box or a heading. I'll expand this. And then I would write newsletter. I want it in caps lock, newsletter. I'll use my club. I'm always fond of, so proud of them. Floor communicators, floor communicators. Do I want floor communicators? Now I aligned it to the left. Do I want floor communicators to be on one line? Maybe not. It's up to whatever you decide, whatever you choose. I'll make this bold. I want the font here. Floor communicators newsletter. This is the front page. It could be we're talking about the summer newsletter. I'm a fan of, and these are Toastmasters fonts. Gotham, we have Sans Pro, we have Montserrat, we have Corinthia. All of those are in the brand manual. And I know this because it's something that we do always. This is for the fonts and Corinthia. I'll increase this. I love using Corinthia. I just love it. Looks so nice with the cursive and it looks pretty, I would say. I'll increase the size to 50 as an example. There. We want a summer feel. This is just the front cover. We want an element, a feel of summer. So I could type summer here, summer flowers, summer background, or summer flowers. Whatever, it's up to you to decide what you want. Summer flowers. I could put it at the bottom. I'll duplicate this for both sides. No, I want the Toastmaster logo around somewhere. We'll introduce the Toastmaster logo, won't forget that. Now, under the brand, you have the colors, you have the logos. We could have, the logo is meant to be at the edge according to the manual, top left or bottom right. So I bring it to the bottom right. All of a sudden, I don't like what I see here about this flower. Can I have palms, for instance? Summer flowers, palm tree. Oh yeah, we have some here. See all. Now it's up to you sizing, whatever, anything that really comes to mind. You could have this here. You could have, you could even have a picture. I'm just showing us what we can do. This is just the front cover. We could have a picture. Let's have a frame. Frame. I want a round frame. So I'll type round frame. Yes, we could use this in a corner. And then we still want the Toastmasters brand. I want a picture in here. It could be a picture of Molly. I have a picture of Molly. I will use her. Molly, please permit us to use your picture.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. I uploaded it. So I have a picture of Molly. I'll use Molly. Uploads. There we go. Doesn't this newsletter look grand? Yeah. You could have any picture here. You could have any picture here. And so this is the front cover of the newsletter. We could yes. And these could be other pictures, club members' pictures as an example. And would have a thank you page at the end. I always like having a thank you page. I will duplicate this. And then just take out everything and just say thank you at the end. The brand matters. I could have just duplicated the page at the top. I'll introduce a text. Oops. Add a text to say thank you. Thank you for reading. I could have Corinthia here again. Then I'll increase this. Make it bold. We could have a quote at the bottom, a Toastmasters quote. We could, whatever we decide to do. But this is our newsletter. We could have, I'll take this out. I'm going to include real club photos here. We could have all this blob. Would leave the blobs there, but just to make it look like a real Toastmaster, club newsletter, I would look for our club photos. We have them here. No. So you just click and it comes up. You click and it comes to the editor design page, and there we could say news, events, news. And we have a very easy newsletter. We are done with this. To download it, you share. You click on download. There are various ways to download. JPG, pictures, PNG, but for the purpose of a newsletter like this, it's going to be PDF. Now, PDF, it could be for printing. You see, best for printing or PDF standard. And one more thing, we changed the subject here. Demo training newsletter. And you click on share, download, PDF. There, you download it. It goes to your download file. And we see Pretty Molly there. And so this is what the newsletter looks like. Very simple newsletter version. So we'll continue with what we have for the rest of the training, and then we would come to see the comments we have. For tracking engagement, we are not just creating, we need to know what's going on. What do people like? What do they want to see more of? What are they expecting? What our audience, our club members, what would give more impact? You ask for feedback in your newsletter as a call to action. Collect the feedback and use the feedback. You could track social media shares. Go to your Facebook, for instance, how many shares, how many likes, how many comments, how many external comments, how many club comments. This gives you an idea of what the expectation is. Track the interactions and then improve based on the insight. It's very important. Continuous improvement is something that we should strive for while we are doing this. In summary, we need a well-crafted newsletter which informs, engages, and inspires. Consistency is very important. If you're going to do this every month, irrespective of whether you're getting the traction, you're getting the comments, the likes, the views, the posts, the reshares, you'll be consistent. And visual appeal. It has to be pretty, it has to be eye-pleasing, it has to make me want to stop every other thing I'm doing to pick it up and see what the content is in. This boosts effectiveness. Please, please, please leverage very simple tools like Canva. You don't need to be an expert. You don't even need to know how to use Canva to use Canva. And it's Canva that a lot of us use. And content creators, Canva. And I have learned so much from being with the content creators. Track engagement and seek and aim to continuously improve. Now it's time for questions. We'll just take it from here for the rest of the session, for the rest of the time. And then we have a virtual goodie bag. It's a goodie handout. The newsletter checklist would be sent out. Vesna, thank you for doing this, for handing it out. She'll be dropping it. We have the timeline. We have a content idea bank for content that could help. And there's a lot of content. But we're able to just put a few together to say thank you for coming. And then the presentation slide as well, you would be getting that. Now it's time for questions and answers. If I'm unable to respond, I have very, 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 very seasoned Toastmasters here who would respond. Right, so we just go to questions. Anybody has anything to say? This is the time to unmute, and then let's just share.
Ola, there was a question earlier from Wendy. Okay. Should our club newsletter follow Toastmaster International branding?
The answer is emphatical yes. And I'm saying this because we are under Toastmasters. We just have to follow. Everybody should know your newsletter will probably be seen somewhere else, not just in your club. It should be associated with the brand, the Toastmasters brand. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. And there was another question about if we're going to share the slides. So that will be sent in the email, I guess, to thank you first of all, and then we'll include the slides, and we'll also have it in a dispatch. If you have any other questions, now's the time. Simple or complicated questions, we can answer. That's why PR Mastermind's here, to help you get better at this and answer any questions and challenges that you have. Thank you, Ola. That was a wonderful session, very informative. All right.
Yeah, thank you, Olanari. I have a question. I just sent the picture into the chat box. When it comes to the feedback, do you mean that we share the newsletter to the social media and then observe it later on? Or is there any other ways? Like I'm thinking about put it into use of my work because I will spread the information as a newsletter to my potential clients in mining industry. So usually we use email. So and we are now maybe using the social media. So what's your suggestions on how to get the feedback from those readers?
Okay, one way, well, I would respond, and I'm hoping that the other content creators, Vesna, Christina, Geetha, Wendy, would be able to respond. But one way I do it is, if you don't mind, I'll share my screen again just to show you on Canva. Yeah. Let's assume this is part of the newsletter and I'm requesting for feedback. I'll make a comment like, I'm going to increase this so we see. Your feedback is a gift. As an example, your feedback is a gift. Please use the link below, or a blog. You could go to ChatGPT, which is something that I had to learn thanks to the content creators. I just think of what to say, but simple. Your feedback is a gift. Please use the link below. I will introduce a link here, and then if you know how to use Google Forms, you could create a excuse me, a Google form. Excuse me. You could create a Google form link. I come to elements. I'm a fan of Click Me. And then if you have your link from the Google form, you introduce the link here. Once you introduce the link here, it could be, let's assume this is the link. Let's just assume this is the Google form link for your feedback. Feedback. This is one way. Click here. Now, when we download it, I'll show you, we'll download it again. This is the new one. When you click on that link, it should take you to your Google site, and there they get to fill the feedback. This is one way that you can do it. I would ask Vesna, Geetha, Christina, if you have any, at this point, anything to share on feedback.
I would say there's another way. You can use QR codes. Those are pretty popular these days. So instead of a link as a button, you can use a QR code, scan the code, and it will take you to the survey form or whatever questions you might have or pages that you want to connect with. So these days, that's pretty popular.
Yeah. No, I second what Ola has already stated. Like, just have a form, highlight it so that people want to give you that gift to say thank you. I think it's important. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your valuable feedback. Thank you.
All right, there's another question that we had, and that we will share the video again, same way as everything else, in a follow-up email and in the dispatch. So you'll have the recording of this video. Okay, and I shared the brand manual. So if you're using the newsletter for the Toastmaster for your club, follow the brand. We're not going to be policing, but we've noticed some clubs, they create great content, but it doesn't follow the Toastmaster brand. I try to teach this at the training sessions, and some people actually follow it, but there's few that are doing well but not following the brand. So why is that important? It's important to be under one big umbrella, and when you see the colors, when you see the logo, you are seeing Toastmasters. And if we're using and there's no club logos, okay, that's not allowed. Toastmaster wants one logo, and you can't distort it, change it in any way. Make sure it's, and you can see in my background, it's on the top left corner or the bottom right. Those are the places I guess they prefer to have it. The only way the logo can be changed is for the conference, but you have to ask for approval from the Toastmaster International. So that's the only way you can change the logo and have a different logo. Let me see, what else do we have? I thought we had.
Can I add something, Vesna?
Go ahead.
Excuse me. When I started, I did not want to feel overwhelmed about the brand, and I downloaded the brand manual and saved it on my desktop at the top, the toolbar, one of the bars, taskbar toolbar at the top. And so for every time I'm designing, I open it from there. I don't have to go download it afresh. That would help. I think it's a good practice. Just have it there, and it's like a Bible. Once you start, you go into it like, okay, what's the font? What's the color? Am I right? Yes. Tick, go.
All right. Thanks, Ola. Holly, you have a question, and then we'll have a question from Diane from the chat. Holly, just all right.
So forgive me for not knowing the technical term, but our group has a Toastmasters website that's linked to the Toastmasters International website. It's for our clubs. And I can share my screen. I have it up if you'd like to see it. So I'll do that now if I can find there we go. So are you familiar with this, Vesna?
We're not seeing your shared screen, so.
Okay, sorry. Why can't I get it? Now, can you see?
It's coming up, yes.
Okay. So this is the standard club website that we use that's Toastmaster approved. So if we're going to insert the newsletter into the Toastmaster website format, how would you suggest doing that? Using this window where you're seeing the desk, or is it something that you would insert as a link? I don't know enough about how to do this, that I was just looking for suggestions on that.
Okay, so these are Ola, do you want to answer? Or do you want me to answer?
I can just share, and then you would.
Go ahead.
Thanks. I can share what we did in my club. That would probably help as an idea, and then Vesna would have the technical terms.
Okay. Okay, great.
I'll quickly just share what we have. Now, this is our website. Under resources, we have the newsletters. And we have all the newsletters here. These are the most recent, all the way down. So that was what we did, how we arranged ours. Vesna, would you want to take it from here? Thank you.
Okay, so Holly, you have on the dashboard on the left side. If you want to share
Yeah.
the screen again, I'll point you in the right direction. There's a menu. You can say public downloads. You can change that and make that as a newsletter instead. So you can share it in a page. So if you scroll up a little bit, so you can see public downloads in the red there. You can change that and maybe just rename it, and just say club newsletter. So you can have that page and put it on that page. Or if you want,
Okay.
let's say, put it on the front, on the home page, you can always just add a little picture and link it to your newsletter. So that's one way. Or I mean, there's different ways. In my club, I have I think in 3 spots. Now it's not the free Toast host website. So with this one, you are maybe a little limited, but there's all kinds of things that you can do with this if you just spend a little more time. Now, Ola just created a new website for her floor communicators. And I also have for Calgary Pacesetters, we have a WordPress website, which is, I guess you can do whatever you want with it. This one's a little limited. Now, if you have somebody who actually can create a new website and your club has budget for it, you can do a different website. But with this, you can do it different ways. You can either put a little read. If you actually, let me share something, and let me see. Let me share my screen.
I like the picture idea of just linking it. I think that would, I'm trying to keep it simple. If someone steps forward to design a website, I'm more than happy to.
This is our district website. So what I did was I have a dispatch right here, and there's just a little photo, and you click on it, and it will take you to the dispatch, the latest dispatch. So I update this every month, every time we create it. So this is one way. So you're kind of putting the picture in, and then you're linking it to your newsletter. So this is a WordPress website. Now I'll show mine, like the Calgary Pacesetters, and I'll show you, I put it in 3 different places so you can find it. Now I have a button on the side, so same as district, it's just on a different side, I guess. So you click on that. I have under this menu, newsletter, and I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere else now. I just have to find it. But anyways, so you can put it different ways. And it's there, so you can click and open it, and you can share it on social media. So what you do is you create a post, you put a link in it, and share, read my newsletter, whatever. So it's different ways to do this.
Okay.
All right. I don't know, does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. And I just would like to just circle back to what you were saying about designing our own club logos. So we can use a banner like you've got with the Toastmasters and then the name of our club. You don't want to see different created logos coming out of that. Did I get that correct? Okay.
Yes. The only way you can change the logo is for the conference. This is the district thing. And again, before you use it, and you know what? I was very creative before I knew what brand manual was, and I created a logo for my club. And then Marcy, our district police, she told me, no, you can't have the logo, or you can't have a different logo. And then you learn that as you go, I guess.
And that solves a lot. That I think in my mind reduces a lot of going out in left field and trying to come up with other spending time designing a logo. It's just no, and then you can get into the content in my mind. So I'm happy to hear that.
Just think of the McDonald's or Nike or Adidas. They all have their brand, they all have their logos, and once you see it, that's McDonald's. So that's what Toastmaster wants. Like, you see Toastmaster logo, that's it. This is Toastmasters. So brand is important. All right.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
have
We
a
can move on now. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
let me see. We had somebody, Diane, I think you had a question, or somebody had a question. Let me just see.
I have a question.
Okay, Agnes?
Yes, if my club existing, they have a logo design, and I'm the new VPPR. I delete it and then remove it and just let them know this is not the way. You know how changed people feel. Oh, new VPR. She removed it. So I just say I observe the TI rules. We cannot put any logo, right? Okay.
And you can always blame it on district. Just say somebody from the district told me I can't have my
I know
logo. So
they
there
have
you
a
go.
logo. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know they have a logo, which is not right. Okay. Yeah, we'll follow all these. And I also have another question. Can you see in the chat box? Is that font also TI official font?
Corinthian?
Huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yes.
It is?
So if you click on the brand manual that I included in the chat,
Uh-huh.
you can find the fonts that are
I did not
brand
know that is also official font. I know the other, but I don't know that is.
That was just added the last couple of years, I think. There's another cursive, but I like Corinthia. It's a little cleaner. The
Yeah,
other
yeah.
one, I can't remember now what it is, but
Okay.
there's two cursive fonts.
Thank you.
All right. And let's see. Any other questions? Just speak up, guys. Like, okay, who do we have? We had somebody in the chat, and I was gonna come back to them. Okay, Diane, specific club question for Olanari. What topics are you finding people read the most of? She's just curious. She's seen many newsletters, but it would be great to know what your readers are most interested in. So, Ola?
My experience in the past couple of months, it's the achievements. When you put all of those pictures and you put a little blob under it, people just go to the pictures, what's going on in this space. So it's the achievements, what have they achieved? And yeah, that drives a lot of traffic, the achievements. It could be icebreaker achievements, it could be completion pathway achievements, but the achievement section is where you see a lot of people go to more often. Yeah.
All right, thank
Do you have Vesna, Christina?
Yeah, so I would say personal, like in the newsletter, and we have like, and Ola has this in her newest. There's always personal stories. Those I think bring a lot of engagement. We want to hear why somebody's happy being a Toastmaster. Why did you join Toastmasters? So those kind of things that people want to find out more about, or a success thing that how did Toastmaster help you? So that's something that you can maybe call on your members. And again, I say that don't do this on your own. And I'm doing this dispatch, and it's like pulling teeth sometimes. I'm always like, I sent a couple of weeks ahead notification, please send me your articles. And like, I'm always waiting until the last day to receive some of them. But give some topics that people can talk about. Give some ideas that they can maybe write about. For me, a newsletter we have for new members, highlight new members, highlight the older members. So maybe they have a different stories. Or new members, why did they join Toastmaster? What did they want to, like, what do they want to get out of it? So those kind of things that you can include. Ola, you can include one of your floor communicators newsletters. Maybe just open it and share with us, so you can see. And this is not a simple one, but it has a lot of information, and it, you know what, it looks great. So don't get me wrong, it is a great job that she's done. Just maybe the last one, yeah. Just maybe make it a full screen. Yeah.
I don't have the audio on, so you hear the flip.
Okay, no audio. So
Okay, I can.
you got information about Toastmaster. You don't have to change that all the time, but it's the same thing. So now you have a president's message. You have Ola's message at the beginning. Toastmaster mission, club mission, district mission, all that can be on the front. And then you get into the stories. Now, Ola, I don't know, how often do you do the newsletter?
Every quarter.
Every quarter, yeah.
And that
That's
enables
probably
me
the
have,
easiest. Unless you want to create a monthly one, then you can just do like a 2-pager or something, whatever happened that month. So you promote, let's say, how many people, new members, how many level completions, or something like that. Somebody won a contest. So those kind of things, like a monthly letter, something that happened that month. If you want a quarterly, then you can have more information.
Just a question at the beginning of this newsletter with the president's message and so on. Is that something that just stays standard from, or do you change it each time?
well,
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead, Vesna. No, go ahead.
No, you speak. This is your show.
Right. This is me personally. The president has to say something. Tell us what's going on. It's the news between the last newsletter we had and this newsletter, what has happened. Let's have a message from you. That's me. And I put up president. It's like leadership, a message from leadership, sort of.
Can you go to the
yes,
first pages? Yeah.
This doesn't change. I leave this the way it is. For the new club office, but if I was still the PRO, I would have the new club officers. This information will change to have who the new club officers are. The core values remain. And it's just the promise is there just to keep reminding us what are our core values, old members, new members, just to keep reminding us when we see it. It's just there as a reminder.
You would be surprised how many people actually doesn't know the Toastmaster core values, doesn't
True.
know what the Toastmaster International mission is. So these things should be there for anybody who doesn't know this information. And maybe, like in my club, we actually read the core values at the beginning and a club mission as well. So Sergeant at Arms starts the meeting with that. But a lot of clubs don't do that. And this information, I think it's important. Even a district or a division, and you can, okay, just stay on the first page.
Sorry, okay.
Go back, go to your front page, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see so she has a name, then she has a club number, area, division, and district. Again, a lot of members don't know this information. They have no idea which district they belong to, especially new members. And having that, even in your social media, not just the newsletter, having it in a corner, you know what, it's there. If you want to find it, it's there. But it shows where we belong, I guess. All right. Any other questions, comments?
And then for the feedback Bobby asked about, I have one here. Feedback, please. There's one I snuck in here, and then I think I have another feedback. Click me here. And I've been receiving feedback for what they want to see, what can be better, and yeah.
Come on, guys. Any questions? Any other questions? I mean, this is about newsletter, but we can answer something about social media if you want. If you don't have anything about let's see. Okay, Tatiana had a question. Should we take a written consent from people before using their photos in the newsletter? Ola?
The answer is yes. And I'll let you know what we do in our club. When we have new members, up front, we get their consent. We get the forms from beginning. We have it. We have that. I'll give you an example. We have a club member who said she doesn't want her picture out in social media except she's in a group. Now she completed her level. She had a level completion. and pathway completion. I knew I'm a custodian of the forms. Once the VP of membership gets them, she sends them to me. I have a copy. I knew that this was what she wanted, but I just went back to double check, sent an email, very nice email. I know you've said this. Would you please just confirm you don't want me to celebrate you on social media? And she said no, which is fine. We need their consent. Yes, it's important. Social media website is like a social media. Yes, we need their consent. That's not what you have to say.
I just want to add that I sent emails with the consent form, and maybe I received 2 or 3 back. So how do you do this? And like before, in the meetings or in like personal meetings or in-person meetings, I mean, or online, I usually ask before I take a picture. And this is one of my pet peeves. I said that before somewhere. When you're taking a picture of your club members, just tell them I'm taking a picture. So smile, look at the camera, don't sleep, don't like eat or whatever. So tell them that you're taking a picture and do a reminder. If you have guests, if you have members that don't want their picture on social media, just tell them. If you don't want your picture, turn your camera off or don't be in the picture. So that's, I guess, a verbal version of consent. So you can do it that way as well. All right. Holly, you got another question?
I do. Going back to your website, Ola, I didn't see a calendar, but I may have just not been paying attention, so forgive me. I was writing down notes.
You
do have a calendar in your newsletter?
Something close to a calendar. I'll share.
Okay.
I go back. Right. So under events, we have club contests. As an example, this is where we have the calendar for the club contests. If we have, and this was how we decided we want to have the training sessions, for instance, at the bottom, this is how we agreed that we should have our own calendar. That's why I said sort of. Club socials, do we have dates here? We just have pictures. Yeah, we have dates. Now we don't have the date. We have one date that has come up. We just agreed on a date here. That's what we have. And like I said, this is what we agreed how we want to present it. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
I'll just add to that. If you look at the District 42 website, I'm going to include a link to all the clubs' websites and information in. And if you click on that, District 42 has events calendar, so it has a different look. And it's using a different tool. It's called Event Espresso. And that's something that's a paid tool, I guess, that you can use. And I'll share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me just see, what am I doing?
And I have linked our open houses to that events calendar, so I am familiar with it, and that's a nice little extra that you can do to get the word out too, right?
Yeah. So this is the link that I included in the chat, so you can see all the clubs in our district. You can select them by area, by location, by meeting time. If you click on the actual club name, you'll go to the website of each club. So where you can find that, it's going to be under clubs and club website links. Okay. So if you want to find a club and their website, that's where it is. Now, if you want to look at the calendar, this is the calendar the district has. And the district calendar is pretty much for district events, division contests, division training sessions, area contests, or any kind of district event. Now, we'll put club events only if it's a special occasion. So if it's like a 30-year celebration for somebody, and you can see Plains has 65th anniversary. So those are kind of special. If we put all the club events on our calendar, you would not find anything. So we kind
Fair
of
enough.
limited that to division or district events, division area events, and special events for clubs. Now, don't be discouraged. We can still share your club event. If you fill out the submit new event request, it will come to the PRM and it will come to me as a webmaster, and we can post this on social media. So it's not going to be on a calendar, but it's going to be on social media. And that's one thing as a PR person, follow the district. So that's one way that you can see what's happening in the district. Follow another club, because you might see something that you like on what the club is doing. So you can create something that like something similar to yourself. When I was a public relations manager, I was following a district, I think it's District 82 on Facebook. That district has amazing PR person. So whoever it is, they always create something engaging, something visually appealing. So I follow them. And if I see something that I like on their district, I'll recreate it for ours, or I'll recreate it for our club. So I would suggest follow some clubs. Floor is really good. They have very active social media. My club, Calgary Pace Setters, is good. I'm not sure what else. Bev, your Wild, what is your club's name again? So follow some
It's
of these
Rise,
clubs. So what is it?
Rise and Speak.
It's
All right.
Wild Oats.
Wild Oats, yes. So
I'm
Bev,
sorry.
she's a good PR person. So you'll see when clubs are active. And why is this important? I'm going to stop sharing. Why is it important to have your social media active? Because when somebody's searching for Toastmasters, and they might not, and like when I have the members joining or guests coming in, we usually ask them, how did you find our club? Nobody says social media. It's either Google search or it's a Toastmaster International. Now, why is social media that important if nobody's looking at it? Because if your club's active on social media, it's going to come up on Google search. It's going to be one of the top clubs that's going to be listed. Okay, so that's why social media is important. And the more, and you know what, you don't have to do all of them. You don't have to do like TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever media. Like pick one and just work on that one. And I said that before, depending on what kind of audience you want to get. Facebook's for seniors, or not seniors, that sounds wrong. For a little older generation, all right? TikTok is for the younger generation. Instagram's kind of good mix for both. LinkedIn is for professional, for business, for those kind of people. And depending which crowd you want to bring in, just start that social media platform and go from there. Like you just post on one, and that's totally another session that we can do on how to use the social media. But I'll stop talking now. Any other questions? We have less than 10 minutes, so we're going to be wrapping up soon. Now's the time for comments or questions. I want to thank Ola for the great session. She did this very, very professionally, and I hope you guys learned something and find something useful. And also, if you want something else to be discussed at PR Masterminds, let us know. We want to hear your feedback. We want to get information to you that we can provide, I guess, that's something that's of interest to you. So if you have something else that you want us to talk about, we'll have one more PR Mastermind in June, and then we'll take a short break over the summer and then start back. And Ola's going to be in charge of that as our newest PRM. She'll be working on different PR Masterminds. So any ideas, any topics that you want us to discuss, please let us know. All right, comments. Geeta?
I just wanted to make first of all, congratulations, Ola. This was a great event. I mean, this was a great session. I really loved every bit of it. The demo, the way you started, the way you engaged us right from the beginning. Well done. Okay. Apart from that, I mean, I had already texted that, but I thought, okay, let me just repeat that again. Now, another thing that I want to tell, this is a bit of a selfish one. Christina is being celebrated. And I wanted all of you over here, I know are our friends, and please do go up to the district event registration and register yourself. And it will be great to see all of you there. Three clubs where Christina has made a huge difference in most of the clubs, but three clubs have taken thank you, Vesna. She's put the link, I suppose. Yeah. Please sign up. Let's see you all there and let's celebrate Christina. She needs to be celebrated.
Thank you, Geeta. It's party time now.
Yeah. Ola, you too.
Oh, Ola's gonna be flying across the ocean. Just so you know, Ola's in Europe. She's not here. So thank you, Ola, for being awake. Okay, actually, I think it's not that late there. But this lady is gonna join us at 2 a.m. for some of the sessions that we have.
Oh no.
Thank you very much for all the input. May I have one suggestion? Yeah, perhaps next time before the workshop can ask everyone to have Canva account ready. In case someone does not have Canva account, that may be a little bit blur or may not know how it works. So it will be good to get everyone, because it can be a free account, right? So everyone can have a Canva account ready and then open your Canva account and then follow Olanari. That will be easier. Thank you.
Agnes, we've done that. That's a great suggestion. We did it in breakout rooms and we had teams working together to create a post. So you're exactly right. When you can touch the buttons and see the program, you walk away. It's like doing your homework before the lecture, right? You get so much more out of it. So if you have any question about what product to use, we found Canva very, very intuitive and huge possibilities. You can go as simple as you want, or you can get more complex. And we've been working with it for over 3 years now. And every time we log on, we find something new. So you'll never, ever be bored. There's always a learning curve, and it's really exciting to watch each other learn the new buttons and the new toys. So if you're interested and you want to just coast with us for a while, Content Creators meets once a week, and we just one person shares. We call it driving. Figure out, like Ola did today with the newsletter, what should I do? No, wrong color. Go, no, I think it should be bigger. No, take the background out. Oh, you know what you can do? You can add a QR code. And I'm like, really? How about that? I learned something new. And every time there's a new trick. So if you don't know where to start, just come and be a fly on the wall, and it will set you ahead a month or 2 months of playing by yourself. So if you're interested in doing this and you want to put in a little bit of time and learn really fast, I can't suggest a better way.
Yeah, Canva is great. Canva can make everyone like a graphic designer. This is something I never imagined. Thank you.
We had a few Canva sessions, and that tool is, I guess, like Christina said, there's always something new. So we can always cover. We did a Canva, how to create a video. We can do Canva, how do you create an open house or like a post or something like that. And if you want something specific used with Canva, I offered to have anybody who joins my training sessions for PR, I was offering a free pro version. Now, I thought I had 500 spaces for it to like team to have team members, but I guess it's limited to 50, and I'm up to the limit. But we have a district account. We can always share if you want to join us as a content creator. We're always looking for new, fresh look or new ideas. And we ask you to come and join us and maybe create something with us. It's not free. You have to work with us. You have to create things. That's the only I guess, price you're gonna pay. You have to create something for District 42.
Is there what should I say? Like all the PR in a group, like you grouped all the PR in D42 together and then do some kind of,
That's what content creators is.
oh, okay. And
We're
also,
all, okay.
is it all the PR are all aware about that it is free? You can get the pro and also the premium subscription, because once you let TI know you are from the non-profit organization Toastmaster International, they will let you have a free account.
You know what? It's not as easy as you think. There is a bit of a process to get a free pro version. There is a document that you need to do, and I think they're a little stingy now in giving it away. So if you want, let us know. We can invite.
Easy. I remember I got it.
You know what? Some clubs maybe have it easy. Some clubs like really have to do a few times to apply, or maybe even call them to get it. But there's a bit of a process.
Okay.
Now, we could put you on a team, and then you get the pro version. So
Yeah,
that's an easy way.
Yeah, that's true. Put in the team and also get a free one.
All right, guys. We are at 10:30. So I hope you got something out of this session. Ola, thank you again. We're looking forward to working with Ola, our newest PRM. So if you have any ideas for her as the new PRM or public relations manager, let's put that out there. If you don't know what that PRM stands for, she's going to be the district person who's in charge of social media, of the website, newsletters, and all kinds of things. So she's the person to contact after July 1st.